bodies weren't falling for him at some points in that fight. But I believe we won that fight. Clearly, we should be two-time world champion right now.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis is back to trolling, and this time Lamont Roach Jr. is his target. After their fight ended in a controversial draw, Tank wasted no time letting Roach know exactly how he felt. Not only that, but Tank's rivals have been calling him out over his pretty boy excuse in the ring, setting up potential future fights. However, Tank seems solely focused on the money, which became clear when he revealed who he planned to call out had he won against Roach.
Who were you gonna call out? What was the plan originally?
I think he was here.
Ain't gonna do him.
He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
Jake Paul.
Next question.
In a heated live session, Davis mocked Roach, claiming he was still the better man and that Roach should be grateful he wasn't knocked out. But Roach fired back, insisting Davis gave it his all and still couldn't get the job done. As the dust settles, it seems Tank might not be done with Roach just yet.
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in
The fight was intense, with Roach coming in sharp, outworking Tank in several rounds and delivering a shocking moment in the ninth when Tank took a knee. Most fans and analysts saw it as a clear knockdown, but the referee didn't call it. That decision changed everything. Had it been ruled correctly, Roach would have secured the biggest win of his career. Instead, the fight ended in a majority draw, allowing Tank to retain his WBA lightweight title. Despite the controversy, Tank has been in full troll mode, jumping on social media at every chance. He reminded Roach that he's still the champion and that a draw wasn't enough to claim victory. "You should be thanking me for not ending your career," Davis wrote in one post. In another, he dismissed Roach's performance, saying, "You had the fight of your life and still couldn't beat me." But Roach didn't stay silent. He fired back, telling Tank he knew the truth. Davis gave it everything he had and still couldn't put him away.
They was both even. If you watch the fight, they was both watching each other. Sometimes they stood right in front of each other and was just trying to figure out where the holes was at. It was a very skillful fight.
And which is one of the things that when you fight somebody that you know that.
"You know what happened in that ring," Roach said during an Instagram live session. "You felt it. You did your best and still couldn't beat me. Told you I was no Frank Martin." It was a direct challenge, one Tank didn't appreciate. Davis quickly responded, defending his decision to take a knee. "Man, you'll keep talking about that knee," he said. "I took a knee because I wanted to, not because he did anything special. I was just chilling, thinking about what I was going to eat after the fight." But everyone knows the truth. The moment exposed a rare vulnerability in Davis, and Roach is using it to keep the pressure on.
And I thought I was doing my thing, so I'm not really that frustrated about that. But if that was kind of a knockdown, I would win a majority decision.
It's all the back and forth has Tank rethinking his future. Before the Roach fight, he was vocal about retiring soon, claiming he had 3 fights left and would be done by the end of 2025. But the draw changed everything. Now, Davis says he's not going anywhere just yet. "Yeah, it definitely changed my plans," he admitted at the post-fight press conference. "I probably got 4 more fights now."
For your future?
Yeah, it definitely changed my plans. It definitely changed my plans. I probably got like 4 more fights now, for sure.
A complete shift from where Tank was just months ago. At the end of 2024, he said he was tired of boxing and ready to walk away. But now, he's got something to prove. The draw against Roach is clearly bothering him, even if he won't admit it. His non-stop trolling says it all. Meanwhile, Keyshawn Davis is on a mission to expose Tank, and he's not holding back. Since Tank's controversial draw with Roach, Keyshawn has been all over social media, insisting he never believed the hype. To him, Tank's aura is built on promotion, not real skill, and after watching him struggle against Roach, he's doubling down on that belief. Keyshawn is convinced Tank isn't what people think he is, and he's making it clear. If they ever fight, he has no doubt he'd put Tank down.
That fight playing out, what's the biggest advantage that Keyshawn has? Going
Against Tank?
Yeah.
He's a great boxer. He sounds a great boxer, and he got power behind him. So I can see that fight just being an entertaining fight. He sounds the entertainer, like you said. Tank comes in there trying to knock you out. I can see that fight just being entertained and, doing later rounds. Keyshawn stop.
Keyshawn Davis didn't hold back on Instagram Live, immediately ripping into Tank's performance. "I feel like Lamont won. Let's start there," he said, making his stance clear. "A draw is what it is. I ain't hating, but I definitely thought Roach pulled it off." But he wasn't just sharing an opinion. He backed it up with facts. If Tank's 9th round knee had been ruled a knockdown, Roach would have won on 2 of the 3 scorecards and become the new WBA lightweight champion. Instead, Tank kept his belt, fueling the debate about whether he's truly the best at 135. As for a rematch, Keyshawn had no doubts. "If they ran it back, you'll already know what would happen," he said, confident Roach would take the win.
Nigga trash. And not I'm talking about the opponent. Burn trash. I just don't like how.
But this wasn't just about Roach. It was about Keyshawn putting himself in the conversation. He didn't just believe Roach beat Tank. He was convinced he would do even worse to him. "I'm the best at 135, man," he said confidently. "Either one of them, I'm knocking them out." There was no hesitation, no doubt, just pure conviction. "I'm telling you, if you give me either before their rematch, forget that rematch. They're getting put down. I ain't playing. I'll take out all these guys." The message was clear. Tank and Roach can run it back all they want, but if Keyshawn gets to either of them first, he'll be the one taking over the division.
But I don't want to fight one of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who I fight at this point. I don't care. But I'm telling you, if you give me either or before they rematch, I'm fucking their rematch up. They getting put. I'm telling you, I ain't even playing. I ain't playing, bro. I'm young. I'm on fire. I'm young and I'm on fire.
Then came the moment Keyshawn really went at Tank. "Don't say Tank will knock me out no more. I'm shutting that down right now," he said. "Don't even fix your mouth to say this man could knock me out. Crazy." This wasn't just trash talk. It was a complete dismissal of everything Tank has built his name on. The power, the knockouts, the fear factor. Keyshawn isn't buying any of it. In his mind, Tank has never faced someone like him, and he's making it clear that if they ever step in the ring, it'll be a fight unlike anything Tank has ever experienced.
I thought I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to bank the rounds, and even without the knee, that should have been a knockdown. So I don't think there's any excuse for me not to win tonight, but that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Keyshawn isn't just talking. There's a real chance he could be next in line to face Tank. While Tank has said he's open to a rematch with Roach, he's also made it clear that it won't be next. That has fans speculating. If not Roach, then who? Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are names in the mix, but so is Keyshawn Davis. And given how personal he's making it, the build-up to that fight would be unlike anything we've seen from Tank in a long time. Keyshawn isn't just calling out Tank's last fight, he's calling out his entire career. He's arguing that Tank has never been what people claim he is, saying he's been carefully matched with opponents who make him look good rather than real threats.
Particular quality, if I'm Tank Davis and I'm coming off a disappointment in terms of my offensive output, I'm not going straight to the best defender in the division. I'm looking for some other fight, and I think the logical fight for him is a rematch with Lamont Roach.
Now that Tank has finally been in a real fight, Keyshawn believes the myth is crumbling, and he wants to be the one to finish it. But he's not the only one calling Tank out. Tim Bradley, one of Tank's toughest critics, has spent years questioning his opponents and how his career has been managed. Yet even he had to admit Tank had something special, especially with how he handled the Saudis. Over time, Bradley began to appreciate those qualities, even if he didn't always agree with how Tank carried himself. But after what he saw against Lamont Roach Jr., all that respect was gone.
I think when he found out that this guy is in front of me, he's taking it. I think it was too late. I thought it was disappointing that it didn't draw.